5 seconds to go. Start. The RBI is authorized by the Parliament to enact the policy and to issue directions, guidelines which have statutory force as held in case of ICICI Bank Limited versus official liquidator of APS Star Industries Limited. In support for the aforesaid proposition, the trial court also relied on the ratio in Sudhir Shanti Lal Mehta versus Central Bureau of India to comment on the regulatory role of the RBI vis-a-vis the business of the banking companies. This suggests that once the RBI has issued directions, any action contrary thereto may not only attract the civil liability but might also invite criminal breach of trust. According to the trial court, the defendant was not sitting in slumber after receiving the RBI instructions but sought advice immediately thereafter and was directed to approach the official liquidator. The defendants sought clarification from the official liquidator but did not receive any reply. Ultimately, on 17 December 2004, the application of Shankar Lal Saraf before the company court succeeded, and within a short span of time, the redemption value along with interest was paid to the plaintiff. The learned trial judge did not agree with the submission of the plaintiff that there was any deliberate attempt to delay the payment of the maturity amount by the defendant. It would be worth noting that the trial court relied on defendant's witness to hold that the accrued interest was transferred to the accrued interest head and therefore it was not utilized nor any benefit was taken therefrom. As can be seen, the suit was dismissed primarily on two grounds. The bonds in question could not be transferred by the petitioner since the RBI had initiated winding up proceedings against CRB Capital before the Delhi High Court, whereafter the RBI has issued a directive dated 9th June 1997 to the petitioner herein directing not to register transfer of CRB Capital's bonds in question or to part with any payment pertaining to the said bonds without consent of the official liquidator. The learned judge therefore found that the petitioner had acted entirely in accordance with the directive of the RBI by requesting permission from the official liquidator and thereby promptly making the payment of the amounts due under the bonds after appropriate orders were passed by the Delhi High Court, where winding up proceedings were going on. Hence, the defendant could not be held liable for the delayed payment. The learned trial judge also noted the conduct of the plaintiff in accepting the payment under the bonds including interest without any protest in February 2005. The plaintiff thereafter slept over this issue for almost 8 months and for the first time claimed interest for the delayed payment in October 2005. Stock.